All right, so let's talk some real stuff here. So I came across too many weird, random um, rant of odd stuff going on in the in social media. So I want to talk about that because I feel like there's too many negativity, and there's also positivity things that kind of twist in a way that make people think to alike or not commonly known for. So what I'm going to talk about is academia versus skill set. I hear people talk about this down ups and downs, pros and cons of like you shouldn't waste your time, getting a degree. You shouldn't waste your time going to college. You shouldn't waste your time going to school, or you shouldn't waste your time trying to learn from people that's not going to teach you anything. Right? We hear this all the time. Why do people don't go to school? Because of that negativity. Because of people saying that why would I want to learn from a broke 100K figure instructor, right? That's funny. That's odd. That's so wrong to look at that way. Okay, and and it also goes with the other way around with skill set. So that's the academic part, but the skill set is like skill set is a good investment because you learn one specific skill, like an apprenticeship or craftsmanship, and you master that skill of the art, right? But that's also another funny thing that I like to talk about here. It's because they go both ways. There's pros and cons in them, and I'm gonna make you realize it. I'm gonna say this to you, okay? Like I was saying before in all my previous videos, I feel that whether you're studying a field of work, whether you're learning a new skill set, but at the end of the day, come on, let's be real. What did you learn? Did you apply it? Were you able to succeed in what you do? What you've learned? Think about that for a second. Okay, I'm gonna put that right up there because this shouldn't be a topic that people should be disagreeing or agreeing to. I think it's something that should be very open. We all should be very mindful. Be very mindful of other people. Be very mindful of your experience. Be very mindful of other people's experience and lifestyle as well as your own. And just because yeah, I master skills and I'm making a lot of money doing the skills and I have $0 in debt in school and it makes you the best. It makes you like, yeah, like I totally agree that you shouldn't go to school because it's a bad investment. I totally agree that you shouldn't go to college because it's not gonna teach you anything. Well, wouldn't that be the same as real world applications? We're talking about practicality here. We're talking about consistent application, consistent practicality. And when you think about stuff like that, it's like it's same as going to college. Going to school, you're studying a field, you're getting a degree. What did you learn? Have you applied what you learned? Have you worked on what you've learned? Have you worked on what you've mastered of doing? Okay, that goes both ways, and we want to all be open minded. And just because of one person did this and able to do this, and the other person's not gonna be able to do this and do that, because we shouldn't think of that. That's very negative, and it's a very bad way of understanding people, understanding each other, understanding, comprehending things that put into our head that's making us be more narrow-minded than broad. You know what I mean? You don't want to be narrow-minded. You don't want to be arrogant. You want to be humble. And whether you're studying in school, getting a degree, whether you're learning a skill, you got to think of both way. The key is about application. It's about practicality. You're studying a field of work that you're interested in. You're working on a passion that requires massive of applications and actions. No, knowledge is like with school. Applications with like apprenticeship and craftsmanship and stuff like that, right? And when you really think about it, they both goes both ways. They both goes both ways. And it doesn't matter. It's not about the ROI. It's not about if it's a good or bad investment. It's not you know about that. If you're gonna take this route of building debt, going to college, if you're gonna you're gonna lose a lot of money. It's not even about that. It's not even about you know why didn't you go to college? Why did you drop out of college? And then now you're just working a skill and trying to make a lot of money out of it. I think it's at the end of the day, it's about the experience, the journey. It's about what you've learned. What you've learned. How can you apply to what you've learned? The money, the time that you put into yourself, learning a skill set, getting an education, all comes down to, have you tried applying it? Have you tried putting to work that best fits your personal understandings in a way that can impact your life in a whole different level, you know? And the question is, if it's yes, you've done that and you did it, school and skills, educations, an apprenticeship, however you want to look at it, then you're more successful than you are. You know, don't let other people talk down on you. Don't let other people say that you went to college, you're 100K debt. Don't let that bug you, trust me. Because I've done it all, personally. I've done it all. What you're looking behind here is, I taught myself that. I learned it in school and I applied it and it worked. Okay? And I've done both. Learning a skill set, crafting when I have no coach, no mentor. It's the same as, you're trying to learn a skill. You got to pay people. Sometimes you got to pay your time for them to teach you. Same as going to school. Pay the money. And depending on how you look at it, there's ups and downs. But the way how I look at it, and I would recommend you looking at it, is look at it the positive side, the bright side. Like, it goes both ways. They're both good and they're both bad. But what's worse than good and bad is when you learned a skill and when you study a field and you don't apply it. You just do it for the money. You just do it because you just want to do it without even with no purpose in it. So that's it, you guys, for the video. I'm just gonna put this video out, this message out there for you guys, so you guys kind of understand the differences of academia and skill sets. You want to have both. Why not have both? Why sacrifice one or the other? Why not have both? Why not have the knowledge and the skills? You know what I mean? So, thanks for watching, you guys. So I'll be going.